Happy 4th of July. Today's the day that we spend time contemplating our independence. When you read the Declaration of Independence, it makes it very clear that it is God-given and government-supported, and let's just pray that that will continue. In our verses today, we talk about kind of some political things, although you might think they're just strictly prophetic. We'll endeavor to do some explanation, but I would tell you that really these passages are for contemplation, and so hopefully you'll think about them a bit. It says in 9:6 of Isaiah, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. His name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, and the Prince of Peace." This morning's devotional is an everlasting name, and it puts us right smack in the middle of these prophetic texts. But wrapped up in that is the history of what's going on. If you back up a couple of chapters, in chapter 7, you're going to see that what is happening here is Judah's being pressured by the divided kingdom, nation of Israel, and Syria. And Israel and Syria are being pressured by Assyria. And so they're trying to create an alliance with Judah to make them stronger so that they didn't necessarily get pushed around by Assyria. What you find Judah doing is kind of circumventing the whole thing, paying tribute to Assyria. But that's only going to stay them off for a short time. In chapter 7 of the book of Isaiah, you see there's a couple of children that are mentioned. In verse 3, you have Shear Jachobah, and in verse 14, you have Emmanuel. So Shear Jachobah means only a remnant will return. We see that Emmanuel means God is with us. And so, does God have an answer in the child? Well, I think what you find is that you find that Isaiah gives us insight to that because he says that this child is going to be born of a virgin. And that word that is used there in Hebrew can mean either a young woman or a woman that's never been with a man. And so we see that these words can have immediate meaning, but also prophetic meaning. And in this case, we see that this child that's going to be born, that is going to be the individual that is a wonderful counselor, a mighty God, an everlasting Father, and a Prince of Peace, definitely is a prophetic child. In chapter 9, verse 2, it talks about there's going to be a light that's going to come upon them. And when there's political turmoil, when there is uncertainty, there's a darkness. In fact, people will literally say these are dark times, and a light is needed. We see that that light was not going to be one of Ahaz's children. Even though Hezekiah was a great man, he had his faults, and he was mortal, and he was not going to fulfill what we see that the scriptures are predicting here. And so this definitely points to Jesus Christ, and we see that Jesus Christ is one that is going to really rule and reign the way that we know that things ought to be handled. And right here, I just love this at the end. It says, "The knowledge that God has all things well in hand should leave us burden-free. We just can't, so that we just can't stop telling the story of redemption." And I think that that's it. We're in a time right now to where things are tough and things are difficult. And it's easy to be concerned. But just as God had prophesied that Jesus was going to come, he has also prophesied he's going to return. And before he returns, you know that there is going to be great difficulty. And then there will be one that comes in and says, I have the answers for it all. And so the enemy will bring chaos, and then he'll have a solution for that chaos. It won't last. We know that. We also know that God will bring judgment on this earth, and then he will come, he will fight. That will usher in the millennial reign, and after that, the eternal ages. God has already said this. His book is prophetic. The prophecies have been fulfilled. We need to trust them, and we need to be busy sharing the gospel with those we come in contact with. There's plenty of opportunity. You'll be with family and friends today. Tell them what true freedom really looks like, and that is the freedom that is found in Christ when your citizenship really is in heaven, and you don't have to tie your emotions with the ebb and flow of what is going on today. You can have joy in Jesus when you experience his freedom. May God bless you. Thank you so much for listening to these videos. Share them with your friends. Have a great day.